Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Heart of New York show. I am so excited today because I have a special, very special artist here today, Jean Louis. He is very special. We met him in Soho in New York City, and he has some of the most spectacular art you can ever come across. Many happy people have become investors in his art, and he has been an inspiration down there to us and to God knows how many people traveling in and out of the country that live around the city and all that. But it's wonderful to have you here today. Say hello there, my brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, everybody, and sir, I appreciate you.
Isn't that so? And I just want to tell you a little bit about he's been raised in Brooklyn. Okay, what is junior high school, 78 to 79, is that right?
Yes, sir.
So that
yes.
makes you about 42?
Late.
And you loved Brooklyn, right?
I love Brooklyn. I grew up in Brooklyn, and knowing people that I grew up with who appreciate, how we were raised and strict parents and things like that.
Now, you mentioned something earlier, which is important because I'm sure there's a lot of other people out there that can identify that about your mother.
Yes.
Now, she helped you survive? What do you mean by that?
Well, my mom was very strict, and being that where we're from is about growth, and she kept me in. Being an artist was what she handed out to me, and being a filmmaker back in '94, she made spend money for me to go to school to do that. So by me talking about my mom is just knowing that she helped me to be who I am right now.
Through a tough time?
Yes.
What kind of tough time? Tell everybody you went through a tough time.
Well, the tough time is being like, in the street, back in the days in the 70s, it's not about, being a street person. It's about, family, take care of my sisters, make sure my mom is okay. And something very special to me before she passed away, she told me I was proud of you. And just to hear she says that, it makes me very happy to know that.
Now, you come from a family of how many?
6 of us.
6 or 7?
Yes.
Okay, and you also today have 7 children?
Well, I thought that was a secret. But
7 children.
Well, I'm blessed. I have a 6'8" son, plays basketball at Coppin State for 4 years
Wait a
on
minute,
TV.
was that 6'8"?
Yes. So I'm proud of him, Brendan, St. Louis. And he's a great guy, and other ones in school, high school, college teachers, and things like that. And he has his master's in accounting. Again, I'm proud to have my children as a token for my extension, because I make them think it's not easy out there. My mom didn't make me think it was easy. You work hard, you get something.
And I agree with you 100% there. I agree. It's not easy out there. But you also a firm believer in our Maker,
Yes.
okay?
Yes.
And you've stated to me that earlier,
Yes.
which is very important to me because I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for God
Yes.
Almighty, who I call Jesus.
That's right.
And let me tell you how important it is. You could tell people out there that are working or walking and have the peace in their heart. And this man does. Every time my wife, my wife is also an artist, so we're on the corner in Soho, and we get to meet people all over the world, and it's a beautiful thing. And every time she takes a walk and comes, I was just by and saw Jean Louis. He had something up there that was just, it was beautiful.
Yes,
It was
yes.
unbelievable. And this is the type of work this man does. So when you do such spectacular work out there, what is it that inspires you? You just don't get aboard like what's in the background of us here, and you start to what's your true inspiration?
Well, to start, I would say I started when I was 4 years old. To say that I seen a teacher of mine in the Caribbean. She draw a box, and the way she made this square, and she went inside of it. She made a box, and then later on turned into a lock. I was only 4 years old, so I was amazed to know that you could take a pen or anything to draw. So Bruce Lee was one of my most person that really makes me feel that I could be that artist that I am. So I would say my mom second and third. After her passed away, we were attached to her judging my work and saying, "Hey, you're a good artist," and keep doing it. And I practiced, and I became who I am right now. You guys claim I'm good, so I'm taking it in. But yeah, I
Oh,
was
it's
around her
not
40
only
years.
us, brother.
Yeah,
There's many
yeah,
people out there because your art is today a very, very good investment. But in a few years, that investment goes up.
yeah.
Who knows how high it can go?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Who,
sir.
and it has.
Yes.
And I can understand that. And when people see your art, they can understand that too. And so there's a few things I want to go over with you because there's some sayings that you did that I think the people in the audience will find interesting. You say you can't go to eat your food before you go. Now, can you talk a little bit? What does that mean?
Well, to me, everybody wants to say to an artist, "Hey, it's after you passed away, then you'll be the biggest artist, and that makes your art goes higher." I know I'm good now. I don't want to wait until my kids enjoy me. I want to enjoy my fruits right now. So the more people I get to show my work and I get to expand my stuff all over the world, if I can, is to make sure that my products are well taken by collectors and also get to enjoy the money that is going to come with it.
Okay. Now we've thank God we've had some artists on this show, and some of them have displayed their art to the Vatican, and I find that very interesting.
Great.
But yours is something special, bro.
Oh, appreciate that.
And I believe your inspiration comes from God Almighty.
Yes, yes, 105%.
I really do believe that. Now,
Yes.
when you for people that are learning out there, you
Yes.
see, right now we got people out there that are curious, not only in your art and what a great investment it is, but they're curious, how do you, what type of things do you use? When you got started, did you have a pencil? Did you have this, that? I don't know because I'm definitely not an artist. But how do you start? Do you get a big canvas, a big board? How does this all begin?
Well, you know what? This is amazing. I love the fact that, asking me that kind of question. As a challenge, I draw from 50 to 100 drawing a day.
50 to 100 drawings a day. You do.
No one ever asked me that question. Yes, I do. It would take me a second to just make a drawing, and it's as fast as I can. I will prove it to you guys.
Now, is it
later on.
something as big as something that big? So 50 to 100 of these
Yes,
you'll do
yes, a day.
a day.
Yeah, I just go
And
to
that's step one.
Staples and just buy me a thing of, typing papers and just draw.
And then, so what's the next step?
Well, next step is, I would say that don't make plan. I mean, if that's what you love, do it. Just express yourself. You see a shoe, draw it. You see an apple, draw it. You see a house, a cow, whatever you see, just let it out. Write. Just make no plan. The best martial artist or artist is someone that don't make plans. You don't make plan on doing something. Just do it.
All right, so you got 50 to 100 here, and you're going through and you're up to like 77, and you're saying, "Oh, this is the one I'm going to make on the big board." Is that it?
Not at all. Every time I'm going to start a painting, I don't have to draw on it first. I probably do whatever I want to do to it first, and then I follow my eyes and my mind or whatever. But the drawing that I do is only one set of drawing, which is like a lady sitting by the table, like Picasso used to do. Like, you draw it. You will see it when I do it later on. You just draw it, and the ladies will be sitting right there by the table.
Okay. And then you go further and further and
Practice it.
further.
Just one set, just one move, and that's it. Never take my hands off of the paper.
That's interesting. Now, another thing I noticed is that people, I don't know why, but people like to invest in art in certain parts of the country and world.
Yes.
Why, I mean, how did you find, why Soho, like where we are,
Yes.
and how'd you find Soho?
Well, it's a great question. Being that a lot of great artists come from Soho. From is it Pollock or any great artists back Warhol or every great artist started in Soho. But when I find myself in 2001 and seeing what was going on, the movement, and I made the newspaper, by the way, in Soho with the Daily News.
Oh, you did?
Yes, I
Okay,
did.
I'm not
So,
surprised. I'm not surprised.
so and again, Soho had done me well, and a lot of people didn't approve of us artists being on the street, sharing their work with the world. But to me, like I told the newspaper guy, that it's a free museum at that time, and being able to put your stuff in the street, how many artists that would do that? That would take their work and put it on the sidewalk, let people judge you. Oh, you good, you bad, you terrible.
Right.
It's a good thing. So by me putting my stuff right in front of the public, it makes me feel good to, oh, this is good, this is bad, and I take that as a great thing to challenge myself.
And I agree with that because, when you're not in a gallery, when you're on the streets like we are,
Yes.
and you are,
Yes.
you get to meet everyone, whether they are interested in art or not, and that are walking by,
Look.
and it's a beautiful thing. I got to tell you.
Yes.
But let me tell you, don't think that these anything less of an artist or whatever, whoever could be out there selling something, because the works that I have seen him do and my wife do are great.
Yes.
And let me tell you, people stand up and take notice. And that's what I find so amazing. On the streets,
Yes.
right there, not in a gallery, but on the streets of Manhattan, there we are, and there are people coming up and buying art.
Yes, they do.
That's a beautiful thing.
It's a great thing because you know what? Again, a lot of galleries, I don't believe they respect the artists. They don't respect people as an artist, and it comes from inside. My art is my babies. I birthed these things. So when I sell my painting to anybody, I tell them, you have my babies. Those are my kids. So make sure you take care of them. Do not throw them on the sidewalk. That's why I sell them very expensive, because if it's expensive, you're not going to throw it away.
Right.
So yeah, to hand over my kid to you. So make sure that you take care of them, because I birthed them. I start them from scratch.
I understand that too, because my wife says, "Oh, boy, I'm going to miss this one. I really hate selling it." And I'm in the background saying, "Sell it, sell the painting."
Yes.
She's saying, "No, I'm getting so attached to this. I really don't want to sell it." And then someone wants to buy it.
Yeah.
But say what you like. Enjoy your child that you give, that you're
Yes,
selling.
yes.
You're selling it.
Yes, sir.
Enjoy the fruits of your labor, brother.
Thank you. Thank you.
Enjoy the fruits, because this is what I believe God wants you to do.
Yes.
He wants
does.
you to multiply.
Yes, sir.
And this is how everything you touch
Yes.
will manifest,
Thank you. Thank you.
okay, into these people's lives, not only as investments, but
Yes.
a lot of other things.
Yes.
A lot of other things. So he's been an artist since as far back as he can remember.
Yes.
Okay, he's out there in the elements,
Yes.
okay, of Soho, selling beautiful art.
Yes, sir.
But he does it not just for selling. Let me tell you, I know this man. He does it from his heart.
Thank you.
He's
Thank
not
you.
a taker, he's a giver.
Yes.
And he's displaying things that people can walk by and admire and all that. Even if they're not going to purchase it into something, he's showing the beauty of his talent that God has given you.
Thank you. Yes.
That
yes.
God has given you.
Yes, sir.
And that's why I'm glad that this show is going to be aired in all 5 boroughs of Manhattan, and of course on YouTube.
Yes.
But we're going to, at the end of the show, which I'll tell you and remind you, this don't stop watching, because we're going to have slideshows coming up that's going to show some of the.
Just say
Sorry.
A slideshow singular. Give me a second.
s- that's going to have a slideshow that's going to show his work on what he has done and the things that he's accomplished. We got, like I said, this one right behind us, and I'm telling you, this is how did this one start? Tell people how this one started.
Thank you for asking. When I took that piece of canvas and I hang it on my wall, I only had two set of colors, three if I would say so. But I'll let you guys know about my secret. I don't only use one paintbrush. Usually I use one paintbrush to do everything. I don't use two, three paintbrushes like you see everybody's doing. But I had sculptured that piece you see behind me with my fingers. So it's a secret. I use my fingers to do
Okay.
certain part of it.
That's a secret now. I mean,
Everybody could do that.
right.
So yeah, but yeah, I enjoyed it. I sculpted that piece, and thank God everybody loves it. Your wife loved it, and you loved it. I appreciate it.
Oh my
you
goodness,
know, yeah.
your work is incredible. You see, people have the illusion out there that an artist, okay, it's not a 9 to 5 job. They can do whatever they want. They can wake up, draw a few pictures, go out and so. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking it's simple. Tell people it's not simple. It's not an easy life, but it's a rewarding life.
It is a rewarding because, again, a lot of people will tell you, hey, it's only when you're dead you're worth something. They'll tell you, oh, you don't go anywhere with that. It's not going to get anywhere. And I'm sure, I call him Basquiat, when he was growing up, his father didn't believe in that. He was an accountant. So being that we're around him in Brooklyn and, we're like, what are you doing? What is that, So the caveman attitude with his work and the hard time that he was suffering from growing up in Brooklyn. You have Brooklyn, who's very, very difficult at that time, and you have the village was like a place for him to get away. But anyway, to say that there's no plan. Just if you love art, you will make it. It's an expression, just like singing, just like anything else. So again, take the things, just do it. I mean, there are men that I know that are doing stick figures. So don't think that you can't do stick figures. So again, it is difficult, but it is something that has to be coming from inside your heart.
Did you ever feel like giving up sometimes?
My mom wouldn't let me. My mother wouldn't let me. She was going to know what I'm doing.
Because I think in every field, people sometimes feel like giving up.
Yeah.
But you had the inspiration behind you to
Yes.
keep on going. And if you didn't, you wouldn't be here today.
I believe so, yeah.
But
That's
now you
what-
made it. You also made a statement earlier. You said some people make it early, some people make it late.
Yes, sir.
Uh,
Yes.
When did you make it?
Well, I started very young to say I wasn't looking into the money or still haven't. My everyday money was about martial art. My first karate school that I opened, I was 19 years old. So, I started selling painting in the street in 2001. First piece that I sold was $800. One piece for 800, and now it's higher. But again, to
On
be
the streets.
On the street, I'll paint 5 paintings at the same time. I take a piece here on the floor, here, all over, and I paint all 5 of them at the same time. So that was a challenge, but after I took that challenge and I was feeling better about my work, so it's just keep going and going and going. So it's great. It's just unexplainable what it feels or how it feels.
There's really no end to it, and there's no retirement age, right?
No, there was not for me. I think as long as I'm breathing, there's gonna be some painting.
Where are you originally from? Tell the people.
Yeah, we usually say hey, but it's hi. I like to represent it properly because the I has double that, meaning Hiti, if anything. But hi is the idea of saying not Haiti, but it's Haiti.
And you come here, and now you're married, and you have 7 children, and they're mostly all grown, right?
Yes, grown adults, yeah.
So you had some life, brother.
Oh, well, I had a great time. My mom spoiled me, and I was blessed over and over a million times.
And he loves Brooklyn.
Yes.
Brooklyn.
Yes, I do.
When people think of Brooklyn and artists, they think of Welcome Back, Carter, the show with all the graffiti on the wall.
That's right.
Is that where you got your inspiration from? Welcome Back, Carter?
Yeah, I love John. John Travolta is my favorite, one of my greatest
Hey, you
favorite
see?
artists. So yes, I used to watch that show. Yeah, I mean, again, Brooklyn, you can't skip that place. I mean, again, I mean, I love Bronx, I love all the states, but yeah, Brooklyn gave me that inspiration, that strive to mess up a piece of
You
canvas.
see, that's what makes him special because even though he wasn't born here, he was raised in Brooklyn, so he is a New Yorker.
Yes, I am.
And only a New Yorker can specialize in what he does and bring out the best in art. And not only that, because he brings out the best of art, the people that that invest in his art, that brings out the best of them. And that's something
Yes.
that people, only certain people can understand what that means.
Yes, sir.
You're mean to tell me that this piece of art that you've done is going to bring out the best of, yeah,
Yes,
it
it
does.
does. Makes you happy.
Makes you happy.
Makes you happy.
Makes you happy. We have had therapists that invested in Angela's art that put it in their waiting room.
Yes.
And we're saying, why are you doing it? We love it, and it's big,
Yeah.
and it relaxes people.
Yes, it does. Yes, it
See,
does.
that's the good thing behind art.
Yes.
Made art, not printed or not copied,
Yes, sir.
but yours, which comes from here, and then
Yes.
it goes to here, and then it goes to here,
Yes, sir.
to 50 to 100 pages, and that's how it starts.
Yes.
So don't think that this is an easy venture to take, because it's not. And then not only that, not only you got to go through all the processes, then you have to go out and display it.
Yes.
Then you have to sell it.
Yes.
And then you have to wait for the good weather. And then you have to do this and you have to do that. There's a lot involved. That's why the turnover rate is so high.
Yes.
If it was easy, a lot more people would be out there, but they wouldn't last.
Yeah.
Only the good ones last, and right here,
I appreciate it.
we got the good one. Not only is he going to last, he's going to thrive, and he has touched, and he's going to continue to touch many lives. And that's what I appreciate about you, bro.
Well, I appreciate you, sir, and you and your family. Your wife is so respectfully, towards everybody, not only me. And I see that, and being able to talk about, your faith and something that moves you. God moves me, and I'm not gonna denounce it. And I love it. You guys are wonderful, and I'm blessed to.
Thank you
be
very
able
much.
to-
And God moves this man, too. And give some final words for an artist out there that is struggling.
Well,
What can
don't-
you tell them?
Okay, great. Don't give up. Being able to express yourself, that's all it is. I mean, there is money in it, but there's yourself first. So once you know who you are, do not sit there and say, well, I'm an artist. No, let people judge you. Let people put your stuff in the street. Let people see your work. Like I do, I let people judge me, and I feel good about it. I sold over 50-something pieces of art. Australia, Italy, many different countries. The first person that bought a piece of painting from me, she was from the Philippines, and she just didn't even ask questions, just pull out the money and just give it to me. And I was like, wow, I could make money like that. So again, I just love it. So please don't think about the money again. Just think about to express yourself. Don't give up.
That's the key. Don't give up. And what I mean by that is sometimes an artist can go 1 month, maybe 2 months, without selling anything. And we've seen it and heard it before. And that's part of the process. And that's why so many give up. But a true artist will know, like this man, he knows in his heart not to give up. He knows he's following God's plan for his life.
Yes.
He was brought up well, and he brought 7 children up well. And that's something to be admired.
Yes.
I mean, there's just more behind him being a professional artist. There's something to be admired about a godly man that has brought up 7 children into this world, and they're all good people.
Great citizens.
And that's what we need more in this city of New York.
Yes.
Now, the most happy time is coming up now. Stay with us, because right after I say God bless you, we're going to show a slideshow, okay, with 10
Yes.
of his
Slides.
work, 10 pieces of his work that you will find very inspiring to watch on TV right now. We thank you so much for watching here. We appreciate it. God bless you. We'll see you next time.
Yes, sir. Thank you.